So, Ja Rule.
Okay.
Ja Rule, shout out to Ja Rule. Do you consider Ja Rule a legend?
A legend is strong, but I was a fan.
Okay, yeah, definitely a fan of Ja Rule. He has classic songs, classic collaborations.
Sure. Yeah.
So did 50 Cent really ruin Ja Rule's career? And the reason I'm asking this,
Okay.
we know Murder Inc. had that Fed case going on.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
It's not like 50 came out and just stomped on every single thing Ja Rule was doing, and Ja Rule wasn't able to survive.
Right.
I want to go back to what happened. Clapback came out.
It did.
And that beat still go hard to this day.
It did.
In the midst of them beefing. Now, was he selling as, first of all, Ja Rule wouldn't like he was a diamond selling artist. He was doing numbers. He was doing numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
But after the 50 Cent battle, he had some big songs. New York
was a big song.
You know what I'm saying? Wonderful with R. Kelly and Shanti. That was Rule was a successful album. RULE. It's just he never released nothing after that, and that's because of the Murder Inc. stuff.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying that too is because, a lot of people were just like, oh, I never said Drake's career was going to be over. I just said it wasn't going to be the same as it was. And I say Ja Rule still was putting out hit records.
He was putting out good music.
But they were hits though.
Yeah,
New York was a hit. Wonderful
New York was a big record.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Ashanti and it wasn't always on time.
It was up there though. It was, yes, New York
is big in the culture. Always on time, that shit crossed over.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
We know New York for sure.
Yeah.
And that was the beat that Reason rhymed over too for this Joey Badass.
Which one?
New York.
Oh, he did?
He flipped that on some West Coast shit.
On some West Coast shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to check that out. Yeah, because that New York beat.
Yeah, that shit hard.
That shit was dope. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't like 50 came out and once Get Rich or Die Trying came out,
that just
nobody cared about Ja Rule.
Let me tell you what happened with Ja. I remember this like it was yesterday because, again, I was a fan. Mm-hmm. And I was the only fan that I knew. People respected Ja because he was doing numbers. You can't hate on the numbers, but niggas wasn't really just riding around reciting Ja.
Yeah, no, they weren't. No, you're right. You're right.
I like this shit, but I let's keep it a buck.
Did you? I never really I had the Pain Is Love album, but I just went to the singles.
See, that's why I'm about to get. I'm so glad you said that.
Go ahead.
50 comes out, classic album, classic body of work out the gate.
Period.
So he's already got that up on Ja, who had been out for a while. Mm-hmm. Then he dropped, he had Wanksta at first, which was alluded to be a Ja Rule diss. It's not really. Mm-hmm. Ja comes out, Ja responds with Clap Back, which was a cool song, but it wasn't the tidal wave that 50 had going on and the movement that he had with the whole G Unit crew. Facts. And he dropped Blood in My Eye, which was his worst album at the time.
Yeah, it was.
He dropped the body of work that fell flat. Because he went too hard, too street. He went away from what got him to be Ja Rule to begin with.
Okay.
Then he came back to it on the RULE, but it was too late. The damage had been done. And the reason the damage had been done is because people had been waiting on a reason to get rid of Ja Rule. Because Ja Rule's popularity was propped up by singles. Ja Rule does not have a B-side record that the culture recognizes as a banger. He doesn't have one. That is why Drake can't be Ja Rule, because he has B-sides that the culture recognizes. Jay has them, Kanye has them, 50 has them. All those artists have B-side records that people recognize as, oh, that's that shit. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Okay. My name is Hov. That's not a single. That's a B-side song that everybody and mama knows. And I wonder, do you know? Everybody fucking knows these songs.
Cameron got Yellow Red Ice Like Winnipeg.
That's what I'm saying.
Gemstone, yeah.
Everybody, when you hit that level of popularity, that's different.
Okay.
Ja only had singles. And I'm not saying like that's a slouch.
But okay, so that's fair. Let me ask you this. If he would have still put out an album the year after that, right? He came to a complete stop.
He did. I think his trajectory would have changed if he would have versed the albums. If he dropped RULE instead of Blood in My Eye, I think he'd still be Ja Rule.
He was still, the only reason I'm saying that is because RULE came out in 04, and then after that, Ja Rule just stopped. He didn't put out nothing in 05, didn't put out nothing in 06. He put out some in 07, but he didn't even put that on a Murder Inc. Like that was Pain and Love 2. Pain is Love 2.
She was trash.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
RULE came out in 04. Pain is Love 2 came out in 2012.
But you remember
8 year
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
But you remember he was alluding to Pain is Love 2 coming out because 07 when Lil Wayne was rising, he had a song with Lil Wayne called Uh-Oh.
Okay.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And then he had a song called Your Body, Your Boy with a singer named Joy or something like that. And the album was supposed to come out, but it didn't, and then it came out later. So all I'm saying is, you see how Drake is still putting out stuff.
True.
What if Ja Rule had still put out an album right after the hit New York? You know what I'm saying? Like that 05, 06, like he was doing. He came to a complete stop. So it's easy to say,
That's
okay,
fair.
50, but he still was successful. He just stopped.
That's true.
So it's not like 50,
I mean, he played 50's role was about 75% of it.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah.
Because up until that point, he had came out every year. He came out 99, 2000, 01, 02, 03, and 04.
What was 03?
Blood in My Eye.
Oh, shit. But that was like a mixtape, but it was still an album.
It was an album. But that flopped, though.
Okay. Oh, damn. So it was every year. Okay.
Every year he came out and he just stopped.
And he stopped. Yeah. Okay.
But he was tailing out. The RULE was good.
Mm-hmm.
He's topped out. It went gold. But nigga, Ja Rule was doing numbers.
He was. That, bro. Okay, but look at Drake and Party Next Door. That shit just went platinum. Drake usually damn near go platinum out the gate.
Well, yeah, but that's different. You have to account for it being a collab album, man. It's not a straight up rap album.
Okay.
And Party doesn't do numbers.
Yeah,
you gotta have to average the two.
Yeah.
To get what, and it fell right at that. If you look at Drake's last solo rap album, it's about 400,000. If you look at Party's solo project, it's like at
20,
25, 40.
Yeah.
So you average them two, and it's like 200 and something. That's what this came out to be. So it actually worked out that way.
Yeah. But okay, that's fair. Y'all let us know in the comments what you think, because I just think I've heard people say it, before, but it's just something interesting to look at.
What played a bigger role in Ja Rule falling off? Him, the court case, or 50? What played a bigger role? Give me the percentage. What's the pie? It was 75%, 50?
Well, you would give it to 50 because 50 was gloating about it, but
maybe he's getting more credit for it than he deserves.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that. He did it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not like as soon as Get Rich or Die Trying drop,
all of a sudden, I got you.
That's all I'm
stopped.
saying.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
He Blood in My Eye hurt, though.
Yeah, that hurt.
He
still, Clapback was still going, though.
That's cool. I even like the song on there that You Can't Keep Me. I don't even remember.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember no other song.
It was the single. It was the single.
He had another single?
He had a video to that. That song was hard.
Was it? Yeah, I don't.
It was supposed to be like I think it was a 50 diss in there somewhere. It ain't on streaming sites though, which sucks. The Crown. That song was alright with Sizzler.
Okay, I don't think if I hear the beat.
Yeah, you probably would recognize it. You would recognize it. But again, it wasn't on the level as the other as the 50 shit or his own shit. So
true.
But y'all let us know, man.
Let us know in the comments what you think about that.
And my B-side theory too.
Yeah,
I think Ja Rule was propped up. His popularity was propped up by singles.
Yeah, because he
doesn't have a B-side.
He was selling records, but no B-sides.
I'd argue Nelly's the same thing. What's the B-side Nelly record?
That whole Country Grammar album. Let me see. Hold on. Mama, Loving Me. That was a B-side.
Oh, that shit hard.
You see
that shit hard. That's that shit.
That's that
Always
shit.
Loving
Come
me.
on,
That's
man.
that shit. That's that shit. All right, never mind. I take it. My bad, Nelly.
Okay.
My bad.
All right.
That's that shit.
He almost slipped up on that.
That's that shit.
Okay. All right.
I'm finna listen to this in the car. Without ever loving me.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Woo.
At least the first album. Now, after that, I agree.
It's quiet.
Okay.
Let's get some hate mail before we get out of here.
Yeah,
man.
so